Yeah, man.
not looking at a job and they are not counted in that 3.5% that is unemployed.
Yeah, man. Correct.
So
the labor force should be about 1.7, 1.8 million instead of the 1.4 million that way.
What about this argument about underemployment? What percentage is that now?
A significant portion of the persons are unemployment. Unemployment rate is about 5.4%. We just read out the numbers. Yeah.
5.4% of what? 1.4 million?
Yeah, 1.3 million and change.
So
in the labor force.
So you're talking about closer to 30,000 people who are earning less than their ability to earn.
Yeah, man.
But that's not good.
No, that's not good.
Because that coupled with the lack of skill and lack of the technical expertise to earn big. See a lot. How many of these people are earning minimum wage, Ralston?
Well, about 60% of the labor force are earning minimum wage.
So you're talking over 700,000 people are earning minimum wage, and we know our minimum wage is not a livable wage in Jamaica.
No.
How then?
16,000 is not a livable wage.
Explain to my listeners and viewers how then poverty can be at 8.3%.
Well, no, that's the point we are making, and we see the team taking place right across the globe, coming nearly from the USA, about 50 shots on that data, because if the people are earning minimum wage, more than half of the labor force earning minimum wage, and if 32 of the 52 listed companies on the main market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange making less profits and losses, and they tell you that it is because of weak aggregate demand. The whole poverty can go down by 50% at the same time. Does not follow.
But why is that being done? Why are those arguments out there and pushing it out there?
Simply because the people of which value the university, particularly the Department of Economics, now they don't work and not challenge those numbers like in the 1970s. And the private sector put out the number, and the majority of the people, the number of people are schools, poor people, and so them not check nothing. So they must tell you that. Yep. The people who don't make an contradict it, simple.
And then
because they must say bad minded or PNP or something like that.
And a lot of people are afraid of the backlash.
Yeah, man.
Is that a part of it?
Yeah, man.
So there's this cruel backlash that will come at you. If you come out and speak the way Ralston and myself talk, when we talk, we get the backlash. Let's look at agriculture, Ralston, over the last 9 years. What kind of growth or decline have we seen in our agricultural production in this country since 2016?
The agriculture has been consistently declining, and that is why the economy has not been performing. But agriculture is about 8.59% of GDP, employs 250,000 persons directly. When you combine it with manufacturing, we're talking about 250,000 persons. Manufacturing is 10% of GDP. So agriculture plus manufacturing is almost 20% of GDP. So when you have that decline, because manufacturing has been consistently declining too. When you have those sectors are declining, then you can't get the kind of economic growth that is necessary.
I don't know if you have this number in front of you, Ralston, but how much has the government invested in agriculture throughout their tenure?
Very little, man. Very little. The budget that the agriculture now is about 14 billion, and most of it is for recurrent expenditure. Very little capital expenditure taking place in agriculture. We're
looking at the country, Ralston, because we understand that it is our responsibility to ensure that this country grows. Speak to my listeners and viewers about countries who have invested in agriculture to ensure that they have food security. How does that work? What does that look like?
That leads to faster economic growth. So take for example Jamaica. When you find yourself in a situation where the food and consumer goods import base is more than your total export, you have a problem. That's a very big problem. You can't have food security in that kind of environment. It makes you vulnerable. And one of the start that we learned some lessons from COVID-19, but we never learned any lessons. So what we see is that Jamaica's agricultural policy is dominated by the big food importers and the big real estate developers. So what we see is that arable agricultural and irrigated lands are going into the building of housing rather than into the production of food. So Jamaica is extremely vulnerable now because our total merchandise export earnings cannot pay for the food that we consume on an annual basis.
But why are these things not discussed on the political platform for people to understand? Why are these things not discussed on more of the talk shows for people to get the kind of understanding what is
Well, we
happening
can
to our
see
country?
the talk shows with the same fear that you talk about, but we can understand why the people in the opposition are not talking on the platforms about these things. The government is not going to talk about it because they are the ones who are culpable in relation to that policy. So it is for the opposition to talk about it. The talk show people are not going to talk about it because, again, the whole thing about bad mind and fear and being TNT and all kinds of things.
But food on the table should be one of the critical argument in any election.
Of course.
And what put food on the table is agriculture.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
the government is culpable, so they're not going to talk about that. They're going to make promises and say them will fix it and then it is the opposition duty to talk about that. The talk show people and the university people. They're not sure they're not talking about that.
Well, I guess we have to keep doing what we do. It is our work. And I want to thank you, Ralston, for your time today. We talk again.
Always better.
One love.
Blessings.
Yeah, man. Ralston Hyman, financial analyst from down at Power 106. You know, we have to big him up because whenever we call him to discuss what is happening in the economy, he's ready. And as a people, we need to understand how we earnings are go, how we are earned, because we have to earn to take care of ourselves. The money we buy the old bus them, the $1.4 billion, we have to pay it back. The free ride will gonna happen for the 2 months. We have to pay it. There's no free ride around here. Somebody has to pay for it. And we, as the directors of this company called Jamaica, need to start standing up and start defending our share in this company. A caller this morning said that he don't know if nobody a thief from Jamaica. I am sure that people are stealing from this country. I just don't know exactly who they are. I have some suspects. There are some people that I suspect of stealing from this country. And there are also some people that the Integrity Commission, who should tell us that our politicians are not stealing. There are some people who the Integrity Commission say, I can't tell you that they're not stealing. And that is the point that a lot of people are missing. So when the man asked me this morning what the Prime Minister steal, how much, I don't know if the Prime Minister steal any. But the Integrity Commission is saying that they can't tell me no. They're not saying that him steal any. But they're not telling me, say, no man, based on our checks, the Prime Minister good. They are also saying that there are about 10 others in the Parliament who will check them thing. For the last 3 years, the certification that the Prime Minister is supposed to get from the Integrity Commission, he has not gotten it. Remember, the law says when the Integrity Commission certifies the Prime Minister and the leader of opposition, a summary is to be made public. For the last 3 years, we have not seen a summary of the Prime Minister's statutory filing. That position is untenable. Yes, he has a right to take it to court if he don't like it. But what happened to the right of we the people to have transparency and accountability? And like how he asked Royal Reid to step aside, that the thing can be investigated. He had asked Andrew Wheatley to step aside. He had asked the man down so with the land them, Hutchinson. then the Prime Minister must step aside and go deal with the legal issues, clear him name. We don't have a problem with him clearing him name. But if you're asking Jamaicans to vote for you at this time, there comes a time when you need to either come to the Jamaican people, give those of us a chance who want to ask you some questions, so you can put everything out there to the public. The fourth estate have a responsibility. And that's why we are here doing the work that we do. My name is Colin Bell. It has been a pleasure sitting in for Conrad O'Brien right here at News Talk 93. The program is Straight Up. I want to thank Tanya, who has been the producer and has been very kind to me over the last 2 days, sitting in here and carrying this program to you. Thanks to our sponsors, Kenmore, Wellington Dental. We want to thank them very much. And of course, we want to remind all our listeners that you can advertise at News Talk 93 FM. To advertise at News Talk 93 FM, please call our sales department at News Talk 93 FM sales@gmail.com. Call them at 876-427-9955. Thanks for making it News Talk 93. May the good Lord continue to bless.
The preceding hour was brought to you by Kenmore Manufacturing Company Limited, Greendale, Spanish Town, manufacturing industrial and corporate uniform and shoe.